G'day, how you going? It's Brad Shepherd here from Create PT Wealth. So if you're watching this video, then you've obviously expressed interest or taken the first step at exploring what it means to work for the Create PT Wealth team in our sales consultant role. We also call this our education consultant as well. So I want to get in and take some time just to explain to you a bit about the role, what it entails. And the purpose of this video is for you to get a better understanding of, first of all, Create PT Wealth as a company, who we are. Secondly, what it is that you would be selling if you're a part of the team. And thirdly, to have a look at some of the attributes and some of the qualities we'd be looking for in successful people joining our team. So let's launch right into it. First and foremost, I guess a bit of background on Create PT Wealth. Who are we? And as you can see, we currently have a large team of people across Australia. As it stands at the moment, we currently have a team of 16 people, and those 16 people are comprised of myself and Jason Ubanowicz at the top of this image that you can see. And then we have a great team. We have 8 coaches on our team who do the lion's share of our business coaching and consulting work. We have our admin and support team, and we also have our sales staff as well. A bit of background on Create PT Wealth. No doubt you'll somewhere will receive our web links to various websites and so forth, but we launched our very first workshop in March 2008, and that's when the company was formed. The background for myself and Jason, we'd both been involved in the fitness industry and both run very successful fitness businesses ourselves. I'd run the business of Peak Physique in Brisbane, building that up to 200 hours of personal training every week, having 13 personal trainers, and also becoming Australia's highest paid personal trainer at $440 per session. So we come with a lot of experience. Jason had a background in owning gyms and fitness centers. He then moved into the personal development space, and he became business partner in a large organization called Beyond Success, where they not only taught people the concept of ongoing life coaching, but also taught people how to become life coaches. So we do bring those two qualities to this business, plus a huge amount of experience in running businesses ourselves. Look, what we were alarmed with back in 2008, what we saw was a huge dropout rate in the industry, and that's the facts and that's the reality at the moment. There's roughly 50,000 personal trainers in Australia. There's about 15,000 new ones get graduated every single year, and unfortunately not a lot of those people go on to run a successful business. Many of the people do drop out, and it's often due to a lack of business knowledge, because really it's the part that doesn't get taught when you become certified as a personal trainer. So we really saw the need to combine both of those things, both the business education and also the personal development side as well, because we also realized that helping people and assisting people to overcome any self-sabotaging roadblocks is going to be paramount in them having success in business. And obviously for us, that's some of the things that we did learn and studied on the road to our success. So quite simply, what do? Well, we're business coaches for fitness professionals and for the fitness industry. What does it mean to be a fitness professional, and how do we define a fitness professional, and who's the type of people on our program at the moment? So let's go through some definitions of who might be a fitness professional. A personal trainer at a rent-based personal trainer in a big box gym. Now, if again some of this is new to you, what that would mean is a personal trainer at a Fitness First, what they do is they actually pay Fitness First a rental fee, and it's around about the $300 mark. It can be higher than that in certain places, but let's just call it, for argument's sake, $300 a week. So they'll pay $300 a week to Fitness First, and then Fitness First enable that person to run their business underneath the roof of Fitness First, and they can charge their clients what they want, do as many sessions as they want, etc., etc. That rent-based model is very common in this industry, so you'll find it in other big places, and we call it big box gym because there are some of our larger, more spectacular fitness centers that have a huge amounts of service and offerings on. And that extends across to places like Good Life and Genesis and all the rest of it. That's also very similar in 24-hour clubs. So most of our 24-hour clubs all use that similar model, your Snaps, your Jets, your Anytime, and any other businesses under that banner. Also, people who run their business as an outdoor boot camp, so people who run their boot camp down the park, etc. They're the type of people who are our target market and the people who are currently on our program. We also have people who do own and run their own personal training studio, and I should add to that also people who do own and run their own gym. So we do have a number of gym owners who come on board because our methods are very transferable to every person in the fitness industry. We also have many people who run functional fitness facilities. So what I mean by that is people who are the owners and who are running places like CrossFit boxes and similar functional fitness models. So as you can see, there's quite a wide spread of different little niches even in the fitness industry. We also have a number of mobile, or you might say home delivery personal trainers. We also have people that train wholly and solely people in the corporate industry. So really, it's the definition of who is our target market and our ideal client. It's any fitness professional who is running their own business. Okay, so it's any fitness professional who's running their own business, and that's the person that we're looking for. That's the ideal client for us. The way I would describe what we do at Create PT Wealth, and when I'm speaking to people at expos and so forth, I say what we do has absolutely nothing to do with biceps and dumbbells. And it's got everything to do with marketing, sales, having effective systems, and of course, being able to run a successful business. And really, in many ways, it is the bit that people don't get taught in becoming certified as a personal trainer. With absolutely no disrespect to any of the colleges who are graduating personal trainers and fitness professionals, there's 187 of them estimated to be around the country, and those colleges are doing their very best with the time allocation and the resources that they have. So why we created this business is because we definitely saw a gap in the industry where people really needed to understand what it means to run a business. Greater than 70% of Australia's personal trainers are running their own fitness business, and many of those in the capacity of as a solo independent business owner. How do we do it, and what are some of the services and the resources that we have on offer? So at the top of your screen, you'll see the image on the left-hand side. We're famous for running workshops and seminars around the country. We call it the Business Building Program. That's the event that we run in March 2008, the very first event we run, and we currently run 15 of those events every year around the country. We run 4 in Melbourne, 4 in Sydney, 4 in Brisbane, 2 on the Gold Coast, and 1 in Perth. And so we have a large number of people, as you can see from the images, who come along to those events. And to date, we've educated well over 6,500 people at those events. Then down at the bottom part of your screen, you'll see 2 logos, one that says Internship Program and the other one that says Business Accelerator Program. So they're our main coaching program. So running seminars and workshops is one part of our business, but I would say the main part of our business is having ongoing coaching programs. So people come and join an ongoing program with us, which typically runs for 13 months. And from there, many of those clients move on to second year and third year with us. They're getting the success. So when people join our programs, they get their very own business coach. They get access to our tools and our resources and so forth. And obviously for many people, attending a 2-day seminar is just very much the first step. Then on the right-hand side, bottom right-hand side of your screen, you'll see we have a number of different resources, and that's one example being our #1 best-selling book, which is called A Personal Trainer's Guide to Wealth Creation. And we do have a number of different DVDs, audios, resources. Put it this way, we've got bucket loads of information that we can supply to fitness professionals, and anyone who's dead set serious about this role, it would be really our recommendation to get yourself immersed in some of our stuff. We have our podcasts on iTunes, we have our blog, everything that we have is content rich, so we have a lot of stuff on offer for people to get their hands on. Really, the USP, the unique selling proposition that we launched with in 2008 was this idea of how to earn $100,000 a year or greater whilst working 20 hours or less per week. And we've taken huge numbers of people to be able to achieve that target. And for many people, it seems to be that that number that's really attractive, $100,000 or $2,000 per week. However, not meaning that you have to work your butt off to achieve that. How do we do it? Well, obviously we teach them the business systems and the processes on how to do it. On the screen, you'll see a couple of testimonials and success stories. And again, what I'd highly encourage any of you to do, again, who are serious about this role, is to get onto our website, have a look at the testimonials. We've got lots of testimonials of people that have made incredible success stories in the fitness industry. And, you know, I'd really encourage you to start reading through those and get an understanding of all the people and what they've achieved being on our programs. In addition to that, I would also encourage you to get on our Facebook page. On our Facebook page, as it currently stands, we have 350, it's probably more than 350 five-star reviews of people that have been to our seminar and what they say about it and their recommendations and so forth. But first of all, you know, a bit about you and I guess a focus back on you now. So you've heard a little bit about us and a little bit about the company. The thing I would say to you is, you know, take the time during listening to this presentation, you know, quite possibly sleep on it and really figure out if this role's for you. Look, do you get a good feel for the company? Do you get a good feel for what we're about, our mission, etc., etc.? Because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the person who really wants to embrace this position, really own it. Now, for some of you, you'll know straight away. You'll either be watching this going, nah, it's not for me. This is not the company, the organization, nor do I see myself selling this. For others, it might be the total opposite to that. It might be, yep, I love what this is all about. I want to find out more. I want to get involved. There might be others of you who are just sort of not quite sure yet. You might be a bit curious just to simply find out more and have a go. So what I would say to you, and what this would be the advice, putting on my coach's hat that I give to anyone, do thorough research, find out about the organization, speak to the people. If you need to, speak to some of the clients, etc., find out about it. So what we're really looking for, we want the person to come into this business and really own this role. And there's outstanding opportunities available for people to do that, not only in remuneration packages, but also in the difference you can make and carving out and engineering the business that you really want and how successful that could be. And when I say business, really, you are running a business inside a business. The people who treat this sales role like a business are the ones that have the most success in doing it. Here's some qualities and attributes that are a must, and we've gone through some extensive training and research to figure out who are the people that we want in terms of sales qualities. So here's the following. Number one, are you resilient? Okay, so this is what the role requires in order for it to be successful for both parties. And like I said, when it's being successful for you, it's also being successful for us. It's a win-win relationship here. Number two, do you consider yourself excellent at building rapport? And as I'll discuss soon, this rolls heavily around spending time on the telephone, speaking to people. So first point and second point go heavily together. You need to have resilience in this role. Number three, can you be self-motivated and work by yourself? We have an office in Brisbane at the Grange. However, out of our team of 16 people, our organisation is literally spread around the country. And I guess the power of the modern day and the modern working environment means that our people can work from home, can work remotely, etc., etc. Look, if you are in Brisbane and you are close to the Grange, we'd highly encourage you to come and join us and be part of the office. We've got plenty of space there to accommodate you. However, we realise that this role might be suited to someone in another city. You might be in Melbourne, Perth, wherever. We've also had someone working for us from overseas. So really, you do need to have that intrinsic self-motivation and be able to be disciplined to work by yourself. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Number four, can you close sales and feel comfortable with handling objections? This is a sales role and you will be required to sell. And if you can't sell, then it's going to be challenging for you to get success in this position. It's that simple. So we do have extensive training in this area. We'll obviously want to train you with our methods and so forth. But again, we're looking for the people. We're looking for the person, or people, I should say, to come in, like I said, own this role. So if you're there with sales experience, then bring it to the table. We're looking for the person who can come in and really make a go of it. Number five, are you resourceful and willing to make this role your own and do whatever it takes to reach target. So I think that one pretty much speaks for itself. We're heavily targets driven, and as you'll see soon, the remuneration package is heavily based around targets as well. So they're the qualities that you're definitely going to be looking for. All right, some of the mechanics of the role, like I said before, it's heavily a phone-based sales role. You're going to be literally spending your days on the phone. So straight away, you've got to figure out, does that juice me? Does it excite me? Straight away, what's my emotional response to it? Do I get excited about it? Do I really enjoy speaking to people on the phone? If so, great. If straight away not, then we obviously need to start figuring out, is this the best fit for you? So your job is to build great relationships with fitness professionals, and providing we think it's a good fit for both parties, then you're going to make them an offer. I'll break that down very shortly, but it's all about building relationships with really good people, figuring out where they're at, where their business is at, where they're heading, etc., etc. So that's where you become an educational consultant to these people. And based on all that information, you decide whether you feel like you've got a solution for that person. We know our product is very strong. We've got the track record and the evidence of helping these people. However, we've got to figure that bit out first. We don't just assume that everybody is going to be the perfect fit. So we need to really qualify people correctly. Look, we do have a strong and consistent lead generation system in place. So we market heavily. We invest heavily in this particular area. So we have leads coming through. We also have a large database of personal trainers. So there's definitely no shortage of numbers and people to call and people to follow up with. However, we're also looking for the person who can be ambitious enough to go and find the leads. And what I mean by that, instead of sitting back and just sticking your hand up and waiting for the leads to come to you, go out and find them. Get creative about doing it. Go and join various Facebook groups where personal trainers are hanging out. Build relationships with people. Get on LinkedIn. Find out where are PTs hanging out in gyms. Okay, we have a method for giving presentations inside gyms as well. So this role can definitely extend beyond just a phone sales role. So there's definitely plenty of opportunity there. But I can't overemphasize enough the importance of those two things. We'll supply you with leads, plus you'll need to get a way to get creative and find these leads. How do we normally do it? Look, we currently have a two-step process. Number one, the first step is what we call an intro call. And with the intro call, the purpose of that is just to determine if we're going to take that person through to step number two. And in step number two is where we'll have a second call, and we'll use a screen sharing platform to show them some very powerful visuals like a PowerPoint type presentation, very much like you're witnessing at the moment. If all this stuff looks a bit fandangled and techie and all the rest of it, I can guarantee you it's super user friendly, super easy to learn and so forth. So the beauty of having the visuals is that it really gives a lot of clout to the sales presentation as you're guiding somebody through it. So a couple of the bits I've got to emphasize to you is that it's heavily on the phone. You're going to be punching out lots and lots of calls. You're going to be having lots and lots of conversations. Now, again, I want to emphasize that we're looking for quality as opposed to quantity. So we do have targets in place. However, we'd rather get more quality people and less of them than you just churn through call after call after call and not get a strong relationship with people. So when we get into the nuts and bolts of what happens on a day-to-day basis, we can speak about that in more detail. The value proposition. All right, let's have a discussion now about what it is that you would be selling and what the value attached to that. Number one, what we're selling is you're selling a ticket to our 2-day business building program. And like I indicated before, there's 15 of those that run every year around the country. That ticket is valued at $597. And like I said, if for any of you watching this, jump on our Create PT Wealth Facebook page, read the 350 plus reviews, 5-star reviews that we have about that event and what people have said about it and the impact that it's made on them, etc., etc. What they also get as a bonus is they get our Personal Trainer's Guide to Wealth Creation resource pack. Now, this resource pack, we value it at $997, and it contains quite a lot of stuff in there. It has 10 different DVD presentations. It has 6 different audio presentations, so there's 16 unique presentations. We give them the MP3s of all those presentations, so they have well over 30 hours of educational content at their disposal. They also get our patented Create PT Wealth sales system on how they can sell in their personal training service. So that's a bonus that we would get, but we value that at $997. They also get a copy of our #1 best-selling book, A Personal Trainer's Guide to Wealth Creation. And again, for any of you who are dead set serious about this role, you want to get your hands on that book, read through it, absorb it, etc. Plus, the program also comes with 12 CEC points, and the acronym CEC stands for Continuing Education Credit Points through Fitness Australia. Now, Fitness Australia are the governing body, you might say, of the fitness industry in Australia. And as a fitness professional, what a personal trainer or a fitness professional needs to do every 2 years is accrue 20 of those CEC points. So as you can see, we award them with 12 of those CEC points just by coming along and attending our event. So huge value proposition, and as you can see, there's quite a lot of stuff to it. So using the diagram reference at the moment, the visuals make it a bit easier to see. On the top left-hand side of the screen, you'll see the ticket to the 2-day event. Top right-hand side of the screen, you'll see our 10 DVDs, the various presentations. Bottom left-hand side of the screen, you'll see our book and the 12 CEC points through Fitness Australia. Like I said, 15 of those every year around the country, and no doubt you'll have your hands on the web link so you can go on and have a look at when those events are on, etc. The total value, add it all up, add up the ticket to the event, the Wealth Creation Success Pack, our #1 best-selling book, it's well over $1,600. However, over the phone, for them to speak with an education consultant, they're literally going to pay a fraction of that, and the rate that we've currently got on that whole package is $297. So for $297, they get absolutely everything: the ticket to the 2-day event, the pack, the book, the 12 CEC points. So in our opinion, it represents huge and outstanding value. And as you can see, the value proposition is strong, and the barrier to entry for someone is incredibly low. So from our perspective, there's absolutely no reason why people shouldn't do this program. And really, in our opinion, we also feel that it should be mandatory for every fitness professional to do a program like this. However, for many of our clients who attend this business building program, this is just simply the first step, the 2-day event. So I want to speak to you a little bit about the Create PT Wealth client journey and what generally happens for many of these people. So when people come to our seminars, we want them to be completely and absolutely blown away by the professionalism and the amazing content and what's delivered. And we're very confident that we achieve that goal. So, we want them to come to this event and for them to walk away and say, wow, that was literally the best 2 days I've invested in myself as a fitness professional. So then at that point in time, come to the event, there's one of two things we generally want to occur. #1, either the person's going to come along, attend the event, get all the resources, etc., and be blown away and say that, wow, that was absolutely fantastic, I'm super impressed, etc. And they will go off and seek to implement this stuff themselves. They'll remain in contact with us, and possibly in the future they may become a client of ours. That's a possibility. However, we know that approximately 25% of all the people that attend this seminar and this event will join our ongoing business coaching and mentoring programs, and that's where they will start their journey with us as a business coaching client. And like I said, the main part of our business is ongoing business coaching and mentoring. So what I need to emphasize at the moment is, as a sales consultant with Create PT Wealth, you're not just selling a $297 ticket to a seminar. What you're selling in many ways, and what you're promoting to people, is the fact that this is a journey for them in their business education to get the goals and the results and the targets that they're after. And again, like I said, many of those clients will do their 13-month initially with us and then move on to second and third year, etc. But just to give you an idea on where your head's at with this whole process, the buck doesn't stop at a seminar. We've got a lot more that we can offer and educate these people. And of course, just attending a 2-day seminar for many people is simply not enough. All right, let's have a discussion on how you get paid and what's our current package in place and so forth. Look, the first thing that I've got to say in this particular area is that as an organization, you will find us incredibly open and incredibly flexible to chat with. So what I mean by that is that with sales, it can be a really interesting concept. We've previously used a commission-only sales role. We've tried different methods. We currently use a base plus commission. What I'm telling you here is that we do have a system in place at the moment, and the system does work well. However, we're open to suggestion here. We're looking for like I said, we're looking for the person who can come in and dominate this role, because it really is an opportunity for someone to have a lot of success. Let me speak to you about, so it is a full-time role, so we do require you to work full-time. Having said that, in the past, we have had people who have achieved their goals and targets and been able to reduce their full-time of roughly 40 hours a week back to 30 hours a week, but still achieve the target. So, it's based around targets. It's based around you getting the runs on the board, and if you can do that in less time, less hours, then we would definitely be open to that. What do we have? We have a base salary plus we have a commission structure in place. How does that all work? Well, the base salary currently sits at roughly $600, which is roughly $30,000 per year. That's the starting point, okay? Like I said before, we do believe that really good salespeople probably don't need to have a base salary, but we also know that it can be, I guess, comforting to know that, all right, I've got a base salary in place, that's good. What the expectation is to receive that base salary is your requirement would be to sell 5 tickets every week. Okay, so it's 1 ticket per day, 5 days a week, and that will be the initial requirement. Now, keep in mind that when you launch with us, of course, and I'll get to this soon, and we go through a trial period, you'll have some training, etc. We'll put some goals and targets in mind. So put it this way, it's unlikely that in your first week we're going to say to you, you have to nail this 5 ticket sales, and if you don't, you're out the door. We want to invest in terms of education and so forth, but obviously as we get into it, then really 5 ticket sales is a minimum requirement. Then what happens is from the 6th ticket sale onwards, we commission it up quite heavily, and it starts to weigh heavily into your favor in terms of you getting paid as much as you want to get paid. So for every $297 sale, you would receive approximately $200 of that money, and we can get into the nitty-gritty and the details of it. So if we were to do some basic numbers on that, let's say you were to sell 10 tickets in a week, so that would be 2 tickets a day, 5 days a week, and that's a goal and a target that we would see would be definitely achievable. Then you would get your $600 base salary, and then you would add to that 5 lots of $200, which would equal $1,600 per week. And if you add that up on an annual salary, well, that equates to about $80,000. Of course, if you're more ambitious than that, you want to shoot for 3 ticket sales a week, 3 ticket sales a day, 5 days a week, then of course you can do the numbers from here. In addition to putting bums on seats to selling ticket sales and so forth, with our larger ongoing coaching and mentoring programs, there is a future opportunity for the right person to be able to sell our larger programs. And of course, our larger programs do sell for a larger amount, and you would get paid a commission on those sales as well. So I guess what I'm saying to you is that above and beyond just simply $297 ticket sales, there is a lot more on offer for the future for the right person who comes in and proves their worthiness for this company and this organization. All right, now what I want to do is give you some facts, and the facts aren't to scare you off, but I want to give you the reality of it, and for you to have a think about, really strongly, is this role for me? Number 1, every day I guarantee you're going to get challenged. That's the feedback that we get from our sales role. I guarantee you that you're going to be faced with a lot of knockbacks and a lot of rejections. You're going to get people not answer their phone. You're going to get people want to pay and won't give you their details, and then when you go to call them back, you can't get them, etc., etc., etc. So I guarantee you in this role, there's going to be a percentage of frustrations and so forth that are going to pop up for you. And again, this is where the training comes into it. This is where your own personal development comes into it. Going, am I resilient to be faced day in, day out with these knockbacks and so forth from someone who told me over the phone that they were genuinely pumped to do this, and now for some reason they won't answer their phone? I don't understand it. I guarantee you there's going to be things like that occur. You will be on the phone day in, day out. Okay, you really need to love that bit, and I can't overemphasize that enough. You got to want to be pumped about sticking that headset on every day, walking around the house or our office or wherever it is, making the calls, taking the notes, speaking to people, getting engaged, getting excited. You got to be pumped about that bit. Again, look, this role is awesome. It's where you get to engineer your own business. You can work from home. You can sit there in your pajamas all day. You can do whatever you can within reason. You can do whatever you want. You can start to engineer your hours based around you think it's best for you to call people, etc. But I can't guarantee, I can't overemphasize enough the importance of you being this ability to be able to work on your own. You'll need to treat the role like it is your own business, okay? Although you're working for us, you're working for Create PT Wealth, it's only going to work and you're only going to be a success if you go, I'm going to set some goals, targets, I'm going to work with the guys, I'm going to work with Brad and Jace closely, I'm going to learn from them. I want to make this a success, I want to make a go of it. If you just want to turn up, then again, I can't see it. I'd be surprised if it's a success, put it that way, And really, you do need to wake up with every day with a winning attitude to make this happen. So again, this is the type of thing you need to figure out pretty quickly as we're going through the journey and the process. Just to go through those qualities again, number one, are you resilient? This is critical and important. Do you consider yourself excellent at building rapport? Can you be self-motivated to work by yourself? Again, because this role may require that. Can you close sales and feel comfortable with handling objections? Again, it's a sales role. I can't overemphasize that point enough. And are you resourceful and willing to make this role your own and do whatever it takes to reach those targets and to make it happen? So if you need to put in more effort, more time, then I go do it. If you want to hit those targets, you've got to make it happen, okay? All right, where to from here? What's the next step for the successful applicants and so forth, or for the people who just get past this step? Really, we want to test you out. So what we'll do is we'll start with a list of cold leads. And what I mean by cold is that they're people who have at some point in time expressed interest in what we do, or they might have got their hands on one of our resources or something. So that person would sit on our database. So what we'll do is, and the reason why we call them a cold lead is that there's a chance that they might not have answered their phone, or we might not have got onto them, or they might have been interested but then gone cold, etc. So we'll start with a list of cold leads. Why don't we give you the hot leads? Well, obviously you're in training and you need to get some runs on the board first. So we're going to give you some basic training and some scripting on how you can get started. But really what you do need to do is you need to give this thing a go. You need to figure out, we need to hear you and see you in action. You also need to dip your toe in the water and go, look, is this for me? Do I enjoy doing this? Do I like the way these conversations are going? Our suggestion on what you would do and how you would do it, like our suggestion for you would be to commit a solid couple of days. Okay, commit a solid couple of days. I don't have any particular days as an expectation or hours, but just to give you a rough idea, if you were to lock out 2 days and really hook into this and give yourself, all right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook in for 6 or 8 hours for 2 days and I'm just going to go for it, then I think that's probably a good opportunity for you to get some evidence on this particular role. Just to let you know, while you're trialing with us, should you get a sale, we'll pay your commission on that sale as well. So, we want to entice you to talk into it. There's absolutely no pressure for you to get a sale in that area. Really what we want to do is we want to get a feel for you as an individual, how you operate, and you no doubt a feel for the role and so forth and how it works. What will then happen is we can then move into the next period where we go into the nuts and bolts about the actual job, the further detail, etc., and then successful applicants who gain employment with us will then enter into a probation period, and we can go into all the details of that at that point in time. But really, right now, the most important thing you need to think about is this idea of, is this for me? Is this organization for me? Couple of things to note. Working with myself and Jason, we absolutely love what we do. We're highly energized and highly passionate about this company, making it a success and also impacting the lives of others. That's the bit that juices us. In addition to that, building a great team of people around us. We have an awesome team of individuals. We're so proud to be able to promote our business. And what you'll see by these images on the screen is that, we don't take ourselves too seriously. All right, you'll find this organization a lot of fun to work for, But what we do take seriously is the job at hand and how we run this business. Because really, for us, it's about leaving a legacy, and it's about creating something that's greater, than just simply rocking up and teaching people concepts in business. What we've seen, if people's lives change, it's just, from our perspective, we definitely want to look back and go, yeah, we definitely made a difference. And so what we're looking for is we're looking for the person who wants to come along and be part of this. So we get to the point where I want to thank you for taking the time, and I think it's important from our perspective for us to go into this sort of detail at the beginning, and for you to start to get your head around the idea of, is this for me? I'll leave it over to you. We'll keep the conversation going, and if you watch this and you know it's for you, my advice is just to jump on the phone, do whatever it takes, call me or Jace and go, hire me, I'm the person for you. There you go, the invitation's there. Look forward to chatting to you soon. Bye-bye.